Hey guys, it's June 2018. We're going to take a look back at May 2018 and see what the market's been telling us. So when we look overall, we talk about how many units have sold in the month of May 2018. There were 2,279 units sold versus last year we had sold 2,294. So we actually had our best year in May 2017 that Ottawa's ever seen in real estate. So it's going to be pretty hard to beat that, but we're pretty darn close. 0.7% reduction in number of units sold. However, increase in value, average price of a home went up for May 2018. It went up to $425,423 versus last year in 2017 was $404,953. That's an increase in average house prices, both home and condo, of 4.8% for this month. Now, if we look at the year to date overall, we've sold so far 7,650 properties versus last year at this point, we were at 7,226 properties. So an increase in number of sales of 5.9%. So we're selling more properties overall, which is great. And the average price has gone up by 4% to $411,856 versus $395,364 last year. So year to date, we're still climbing as far as the money goes. We're climbing as far as the number of units goes, which is great. The main thing that we're seeing right now is the historically low inventory. Both the condo and the residential side are seeing a reduction in levels of inventory by about 0.25% over total, 25% over last year, over 2017, which also had historically low inventory rates. So we've got almost nothing out there to buy. Now, when we break it down, we get into the residential side and the condo side. We first talk about the residential as a sub-market within the overall market in Ottawa. So last month, in May 2018, we sold a total of 1,794 residential homes, not condos, just residential homes, versus last year in 2017, we'd actually sold 1,850. So we sold more residential, so a reduction in the number of residential units sold by 3%. However, the money went up by 6.3% to $464,401 versus last year was $436,890. Okay, if we talk about year to date, where we are now year to date on the residential side, we're looking at 5,969 homes sold versus last year at this time we were at 5,806 homes sold. So an increase on the residential side of 2.8% and an increase on the money side of 5.8%. So at the end of May 2018, the average price of a residential property in Ottawa was $450,000 and $647 versus at this point last year was $425,828. So again, an increase in money, the average price of a residential property in Ottawa has increased by 5.8% so far this year. The overall story on the residential market that we're seeing now is many buyers are missing out on their homes because of all the bidding wars. I did a deal a week ago where there were 9 offers on the property. That means there's 8 other people who didn't get to buy that home, and they're stuck continuing to look. Okay, that's on the residential side. On the condo side, what we're seeing, the number of units selling is going up. This month, so May 2018, it was at 485 units sold versus last year, we set a record for number of condos sold in 1 month. We sold 444 condos in April 2017, and that was record setting. Now, May 2017, that was record setting. Now, May 2018, we've set a new record of 485 condos sold, an increase of 9.2%. So lots of condos are selling, which is great. The money, of course, is starting to go up now, just a little bit, and we're starting to see the condo prices go up, which is great. They're up now to $281,247 versus last year was $271,881. So an increase of 3.4% on the average price of condos for the month of May. Now, if we look at the year to date where the condos are, we sold so far this year 1,681 condos versus last year at this point we had sold 1,420. So an increase in number of condos sold of 18.4%. We've still sold a lot more condos than we had sold at this point last year. And the money is just starting to go up. In the first few months there was a reduction in the price of condos, and now we're starting to see a bit of an increase. So the average price of a condo year to date 274,122 versus last year to date, we were at 270,808, so an increase of 1.4%. My expectation for the rest of the year is that the average price of a condo will continue to creep up, and we'll start to see those gains that we were expecting to see. The prices are starting now to pick up, and it's about a year after what we saw the demand started increasing. And so a year later, we saw a very similar thing in the residential side in 2016, where the prices started to pick up right after the inventory a year earlier started to drop off. So the demand on residential, on the condo world, is picking up because there is no inventory. And as that demand picks up, the inventory drops off, the new inventory builds won't be ready for a couple of years. People want a place to live, and you can get into a very inexpensive condo and afford your monthly payments on a condo for about the same price as what you could pay for rent. So if you can scrape together a down payment, you might as well buy a condo and get into it. And the prices are just starting to go up. So if you're thinking about buying a condo, a great time to do it would be now. If you're thinking about selling the condo, you can try and take advantage of the price change that's happening. Of course, as always, if you're thinking about buying, you're thinking about selling, whether it's a residential, whether it's a condo, if you're looking for the person who can get down into the particular details and talk to you about what's going on in each neighborhood and how that affects you, your home, your purchase, or your sale, please call me. 613-314-3187. And until then, Sty Fire out.